Today, Mommy and
Ava.
are reading Dirty Feet by Stephen Kroll.
Pictures by Tony
Horman. This is another golden oldie book. We have had this book for so many years.
It's my favorite.
It is your favorite. It was all the boys' favorite. They loved it as well.
Me, everyone.
Yes. Penelope had 3 pairs of shoes. There were the brown and white saddle shoes and the black ones she wore for dress up. But the shoes she liked best were the bright green sneakers with the orange racing stripes. She's got a picture of Froggy. She wore them to the park. She wore them when she visited her friends. And she wore them to school almost every day. The trouble was, Penelope was growing out of her favorite shoes. One morning, the sneakers felt even tighter than usual, but Penelope squeezed them on anyway and dashed out the door to school.
I would wear the brown and white shoes if they were too tight.
Well, she loves them so
But
much.
they're too tight.
It had rained during the night. Puddles were everywhere. Penelope was careful not to step in any. The more she walked, the tighter the sneakers felt. Finally, she couldn't stand them anymore. She had to take them off. She undid the laces and slipped her feet out.
Phew! What a relief!
She said, "This looks like Jax. That looks like our dog." Suddenly a breeze came up and blew off her hat. She left her sneakers and ran after it.
Actually, does look like him because he always is trying to steal everyone's shoe.
Exactly. Jax loves to steal the boys' shoes. I don't know does he ever steal yours?
2 times.
The hat landed in the middle of a big mud puddle. Penelope had no choice. She waded in and pulled it out. The mud felt cool and squishy.
I'll go home and wash my feet.
Just then, the school bell rang. Penelope ran back to get her sneakers. They were gone. It was too late to go home. Her mother would be angry. But how could she show up at school without shoes? Her teacher would be angry. And worst of all, her favorite shoes were lost. Penelope was worried. She walked through more puddles without noticing them. She walked through a pile of garbage somebody had dumped and through little piles of dirt left by a street cleaner. Before she knew it, she was at school. Everyone pointed and giggled, even her friends, Brenda and Tim. Penelope kept her head high and marched into her classroom. "My goodness, Penelope," said Mrs. James, her teacher. "Where are your shoes? And why are your feet so dirty?" Penelope didn't know what to say. Would Mrs. James understand about tight shoes and mud puddles? "Penelope," said Mrs. James, "go wash your feet. Then we'll try to find something to put on them." Washing feet was fun until Penelope saw there were no paper towels to dry them. She tried to shake her feet dry, but that didn't work. "Dirty feet again," said Mrs. James, "and dirty footprints in the hall. Didn't you dry your feet after you washed them?"
Couldn't.
said Penelope.
No towels.
"My goodness. Tell Mr. Whitlock to bring towels and a mop. Then wash your feet again and dry them. I'll keep looking for some more shoes." Mr. Whitlock was in the basement. The stairs were dark. The floor was dirty. Penelope walked on her toes like a ballerina. Mr. Whitlock was even dirtier than the floor. He had been fixing the furnace. Penelope delivered her message. Mr. Whitlock got his mop and set off upstairs. Penelope tripped on the first step, fell on a pile of greasy rags, and wound up dirty head to toe. She is getting dirtier and dirtier as the day goes by. Mrs. James shook her head. My goodness, you just get dirtier and dirtier. The lost and found box was in the waiting room outside the principal's office. A painter had painted half the floor. He'd gone out and forgotten to leave a sign saying, wet paint. So Penelope didn't notice the paint until her feet started to feel wet and sticky.
Oh boy.
She thought.
This is it for sure.
Just then, Mrs. Price, the principal, appeared in the doorway. She looked at Penelope. Penelope looked at her. And the two of them broke out laughing. Well, Penelope, Mrs. Price said finally, Mrs. James told me you were coming, but I guess I didn't get here soon enough. Let's get you cleaned up. Then we'll look in the lost and found box. All Penelope and Mrs. Price found were a Batman cape, a hair barrette, and a dried up peanut butter sandwich. So Mrs. Price said, I'll give you an old pair of shoes that I keep here for bad weather. We'll stuff them with paper towels. When you get home for lunch, put your own shoes on and bring these back this afternoon.
My feet are clean.
Her feet are clean, and these shoes look big.
And they look nice.
Back in class, there was more laughter. Even Penelope joined in. She had to admit, her feet looked silly. Penelope just had one of those days, didn't she? Oops. On the way home, Penelope walked as quickly as she could in Mrs. Price's shoes. She stayed very far away from mud puddles. When she reached her house, the postman was there too. He pulled her sneakers out of his truck. I knew these were yours, he said. A dog left them under a tree. Penelope thanked the postman, put on her sneakers, and carried Mrs. Price's shoes into the house. Her mother was there waiting. Why are you so dirty? She said. And why are you carrying those old shoes?
It's a long story,
said Penelope.
I'll tell you during lunch.
All right, said her mother. But first, I have a surprise for you. What do you think it is?
Maybe new shoes.
It is new shoes. It was a new pair of sneakers, exactly like her old ones, except they fit. The end. And thank you to everyone who watched our story of Dirty Feet.